No! It can't be.
What is it?
It can't be.
What did you do, Ray? Oh, shit.
Welcome to another retro review, and although these figures are new, Ghostbusters is completely retro. I asked my wife to buy me this set back in April of 2024 for my birthday. She put in the order and she kept telling me, oh, it's coming, it's just running late. Really what she did is she wrapped it up and used it as one of my Christmas gifts. I didn't know that one of the sets was this, and I wanted to unbox, review it, and number one, I wanted to play with this, man. Now check out the box. It does have that whole Star Wars fake beat up look on it, which I honestly don't mind too much. It's got a fake sticker here that says 40 years, and it says it in various languages. It also looks a bit like a movie poster. It is the Ghostbusters Plasma Pack. Not to be confused with the plasma figures that are about 6 inches tall. On the side you've got Ecto Max. And then on the back, this shot looks amazing. Yes, it's green screen and you could really tell, but it still looks really badass. I don't like all this stuff. I hate how Hasbro keeps putting all these Lego prints in so many languages. It's a little ridiculous. You know, just put all this stupid stuff over here. That's it. And give us something more for the collector. Then at the very top, and then on this side, of course, it's supposed to be imitating a VHS tape. Look, it's even got that little hole right there that if you cover it up, you could actually record over the tapes. First glance, it does look like, oh, it is the size of a VHS tape, and check that out. It's completely oversized. They could have actually probably almost made this packaging this size, but the figures would have been kind of cramped in together, as you see here. And this looks amazing. This does as well, with all the pictures, and then you got all of this, man, and it's in different languages. You think you're gonna get this real nice bio for the action figures, but no. 40 years ago, 4 heroes of the hereafter crossed the streams to save the world. Commemorate the 40th anniversary of Ghostbusters with,
What do you mean?
this limited edition
We don't understand.
3.75-inch O-ring action figure set. And at first glance, they look badass. But honestly, I could already start picking a few holes in them, namely the color of the suits. I do have original O-ring figures right here on this side, and I have the new Hasbro reissue G.I. Joes on this side. They're mostly the same thing except for the plastic. I think the thumbs are gonna last a lot longer on these. So we're gonna compare them to both, because I think just looking at those fingers, they're very, very thick, and I don't think they'll be breaking like many of these figures.
Hey y'all, this video might be a little late.
We thank you for clicking and sticking around.
We'd appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, and maybe shared. We're pretty sure you'll find something you might have left behind.
That's pretty cool. Got the Ecto one, the Neutrona wand, and of course the actual backpack. That all looks really nice. I'm honestly just gonna toss the box. I don't need it. I've got the Plasma Series Ecto 1. It's the Afterlife one. I like how it's all beat up, and I'm just gonna put these guys in there. The figures come in this shell, plus an extra shell right here. They of course come with their accessories on their backs, with their Neutrona wands right there. But as you see, each one comes with an extra accessory, the PKE meter, the trap, and the goggles. And I guess that's nothing for Bankman, because most likely Bill Murray didn't want to carry an extra thing around. Here they are out of the clamshell with all their accessories, and here's the Neutrona wand. They're all the same. Let's take a look at the PKE meter. That looks really nice. For something that small, to have that much detail, that's pretty cool. Now they could have probably added a little bit of paint right there, but whatever. No paint detail at all on the goggles. And the plastic seems, hopefully it doesn't crack over time, but I think it might. And that's really cool. The trap looks great. And I'm just nitpicking. I do wish it would open up, but for something this small, I think it'd be best that it wouldn't, I guess, because it would probably break really easy. Let's take a look at the Neutrona wands. I wish they weren't made out of plastic in a way, because it just goes back to this. Or maybe I was just spoiled because of the real Ghostbusters action figures having the thread on the back. Detail on the Neutrona wand is actually pretty cool. That looks really nice. That's cool. The plastic is a bit flexible, which is also a good sign that hopefully it lasts a little longer. It doesn't give us instructions on how to put it together, but you could figure it out on your own. There, I just figured this out. And this here, of course, is gonna connect up here. And voila, you got it. And just like the Kenner reissues, it's a simple peg that goes into the peg hole here. Ta-da, and you got them. Before I start adding the Neutrona wands to the rest of the figures, let's take a look at the rest of the figures. Since we didn't really take a good look at Egon, let's take a look at Egon. These details are really nice because as small as it is, it still says Spangler right there. And then the Ghostbuster symbol, nicely displayed right there. The jumpsuit looks really, really cool. Except for the color, as I've mentioned earlier. They've got the elbow pads right there, molded on. And you'll notice all the figures have this one thing, and that's the hands, the way they're molded. And I'm guessing it's for them to hold the Neutrona wand a lot nicer. But they all have this weird angle to their hands. Egon's glasses, of course, are molded on. They don't look too bad though. And now Ray Stantz has the same body mold as Egon. So let's just take a look at the head. They all have basically kind of smaller looking heads, especially compared to the regular G.I. Joes. Look at that. The head's a lot wider. It's not any longer, just a lot more wider. These guys, I guess they did have a huge noggin. One thing I didn't mention on Egon is his likeness to Harold Ramis is okay, but the likeness to Dan Aykroyd on this Ray Stantz figure is really good. Winston Sedmore. Again, they used the same body mold for all three figures. So this is going to be a quick look to Winston Sedmore's face. And again, the likeness is really good on this guy. And now the only one that doesn't share a complete body mold to the rest of them is Peter Venkman. You'll notice that from his knees all the way up to his upper torso, it's the same molds. Everything's the same except for the head, knees on down. Lower part of his leg is a different mold to accurately depict Peter Venkman, since he never tucked in his pants into his boots. And the likeness to Bill Murray is real good. That looks, I think they probably gave him a little more hair than he actually had, but that looks really good. Right now that I'm assembling all the backpacks, I just noticed that you could put it the way it's meant to go, or you could put it this way, the way the real Ghostbusters Kenner action figures had it, where the cable actually came out from the bottom. And it's a bit of a tight fit there. There. Finally got him on. That doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna put him on him the way he mostly wears it. The trap. Go. The way their hands are molded looks like he's about to just sweep it in. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. The handle to this PKE meter is very, very thick. See, sideways it fits a lot better, but if you wanna put it where, like on the side, so he could actually be reading what it says on the PKE meter, it's gonna be kind of tough on those thumbs. Although the plastic does seem to be a lot more flexible than the original ones. There we go. And because Bill Murray even complains about having to carry that backpack, he's got nothing else to carry. Alongside the original O-ring and the reissues, they do look pretty good. Although the whole head size thing is a lot more evident by having them next to each other. I'm gonna try and put Blowtorch's helmet on one of these guys. And that's actually not too bad. That fits really nice and snug. I think it's because of the hair, the way it's molded. I think everybody's hair is kind of big. It was the 80s. Yeah, see? Winston's the one with the shortest hair from all four of them. Yeah, the heads are pretty tiny, even though these guys have a lot of hair. The bodies, they're all the same height. It's where the heads come in. Since their heads are a lot smaller, it makes them just a bit shorter than the original O-ring or the reissues. In 2004, Hasbro reissued a few Joes with new, slightly smaller heads. Alongside these, they look even better. Since this is a review and I am curious and I want you guys to know, let's see the inside construction of these figures. There we go. That is a funny looking screw. What is going on? When I unboxed and reviewed the Reaction Plus Cobra Commander, I could not get him open because of a screw that was similar to this. What is going on? Why are they making these screws like that? But let's take a look at that O-ring. It's very, very rubbery. Oh, like this, it looks like King of the Hill. But that bottom of the head is just like the original 82 and some of the 83 figures. This is very, very similar to the original figures. When I reviewed this Duke and Cobra Commander, I took apart that Cobra Commander and I saw that the molding has changed. They did a few adjustments to it, but these guys look so much more similar to the original figures. These tabs on the arms for these figures are a bit different. These look just like the original ones. Here's the fun part, trying to put them back together after you've replaced the O-ring. And that was easy. And I'm actually gonna loosen it up just in case, because that O-ring is very rubbery. Alright, his joints are still nice and tight. Let's try to pose him holding the Neutrona wand. That looks nice. That looks actually really badass. As mentioned earlier, I do have the Plasma Ecto 1 from Afterlife. I don't know why they released it years before they even made these figures available or even mentioned that they were gonna make them. I bought it because, well, the Ecto 1 is just a badass vehicle. And also because you can fit your G.I. Joes inside. Do they fit nicely? They fit very snug, as I'll show you right now. I'll be using Sci-Fi since its colors are so bright you can easily detect how this guy's not gonna fit so nicely in there. And you can see his other leg over there. See how he's driving it? Just the driver's got his legs spread wide open like that. Now that I showed you with G.I. Joes, let's put in the actual Ghostbusters in there. And I'll place one Ghostbuster in there, the extra seat all the way in the back, and another guy right here. He doesn't stay on there. Like the seat is a little too small for his butt or something. There we go. And they look pretty darn badass. And ready to join the fight against Cobra. My final thoughts. Packaging is creative, but could have been better. Presentation is nice, but could have been better. Accessories are cool. Could have been slightly better. The figures are what I wish I had as a kid. Probably should have come out 15 years ago for the 25th anniversary. They are not perfect due to the color of the jumpsuits and tiny heads. Overall, this set could have been better. We should have gotten this years ago. But I still love it, and better late than never. And the cherry on top, unlike the real Ghostbusters by Kenner, with these, there are so many human characters that could interact with them that honestly, I could sit here and play all day tomorrow for the rest of the week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this, and I really appreciate your support. Don't send me any money. I don't have any Patreon, so if you could, please just hit that like, hit that subscribe, and maybe share. If you can check out, maybe click this video, or maybe even click whatever that is right here. What is that? How did it get here? Bye!